weird fantasies involving us. She would like confide in me about how her baby daddy's on the run. It was a whole thing. I needed an escape from reality. And Devin and Samantha. Back when I was a lifeguard, me and Devin were really close friends. That being said, when it was just me and Devin wasn't a problem. But when Samantha came into the picture, Devin became a problem. Eventually, he became a lead lifeguard. And with that, it came with, like my own benefits. He would put us both on easy chores, which was much appreciated. But with that, he would confide in me a lot about his relationship. And Samantha did a lot, but the worst that she's done is cheat. One day he came to me and was like, I don't know how to feel about this man. I think she's cheating on me. And the next day, she's definitely cheating on me, dude. I confirmed it. Then we broke up. I don't even want to talk to her. I know she's on the shift right now, but I can't even see her right now. One day later. We're back together. We smoothed it over. It's not even that big a deal. What are you talking about? This is how I learned that she's crazy, he's crazy for her, and they're locked in. Lead guards got to choose the lineup, and he would put the two of them on break together, which was fine until it wasn't. They started coming out 20, 30, 40 minutes late, on top of the 20 minutes that they already got. Hour-long break.
What you need an hour-long break, bruh? What do you need an hour-long break for? You and your girl taking an hour-long break. For what? What is the reason y'all are taking an hour-long break? Come on, bruh. At what point, how much time do I have to do all the work while y'all are on break before I'm allowed to rat? I never said I was solid.
Are crazy. Had every lifeguard in there praying on their downfall. One day, on one of those 60-minute breaks, they both went into the supply closet. That's fine, nothing crazy, but they don't come out for an hour, and that's a long time to be in a supply closet. Somebody goes in there, and what they saw will not be explained, because I don't want this video to get flagged. Needless to say, our boss found out, they were fired the next day, and unfortunately, I never heard from Devin again. Now, Samantha. Samantha's a different breed. To make the list twice is crazy. Around the same time that her and Devin got caught, there was a lot going missing. I was carrying $40 to $60 in my wallet. That never went missing. This is why you're friendly with everybody, okay? I fully believe my money didn't get stolen because I had a close friendship with Devin, and Samantha knew that. But what did go missing was like $500 altogether, and $200 from one person. That's like 2 weeks worth of work for somebody in high school. And she was pissed for months. Every single day telling everybody that her money got stolen. Praying on somebody to fess up. Obviously, nobody's going to. But coming up on the day that Samantha got fired, we happened to have an extra lifeguard that day, which means there was always 3 people on break at a time. Now, while looking to me, the other lifeguard that was on break noticed that Samantha was standing over by the lockers a little bit too much. Going through 1, 2, maybe 3 bags. Now, they of course didn't think anything of it, but as soon as Samantha got fired, and it had been like a week or 2 since money's gone missing, the dots connected. And truthfully, if the dots connected sooner, knowing these people, they would have got after it.
Can you sign my receipt, please? Practice it. Say with me. Sign my receipt, please.
Go do your fucking job. This guy was the physical manifestation of the term asshole. He's a prick, and I'll hate him until the day I die. We're gonna call him RB because for me, he was walking rage bait. Also, calling him RB just because we have the same name, and I hate the fact that I have to share this name with him. Moving on. This is back when I was a server at this one restaurant. I just turned 21 and I was just about to move to California. I was just there to try to stack up some cash before the move. Whenever I saw him, my day got a little bit worse. Whenever everybody else on staff saw him, he made everybody's day a little bit worse. Now, RB was the type to kiss up to the managers and talk down to everybody else. He just happened to be one of the lead servers at the time, which only boosted his ego. At the end of the day, everybody has seats and then turn those into the lead server. Once they sign, you can turn it into the manager, get your money, leave. The other lead server is preoccupied, for obvious reasons, and me and RB don't hate each other yet. All I know is that everybody else hates him. That day, I was having a particularly bad day because I had literally been there for 4 hours and only made like $35 because nobody wants to come in and grab a bite to eat on a Thursday afternoon. Horrible shift, never worked it again. But that made me particularly pissed. Oftentimes, the leads don't even check whether your job's been done or not. They just trust you, sign it, and get you out of there. I pass him the receipt, something I've done 100 times. He takes it and is like,
You know, Manta, you know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see you use big boy words. Can you use big boy words for me? When you hand me something, I don't know what you're handing me. It could be anything. So just say, hey, can you sign my receipt, please? Practice it. Say with me. Sign my receipt, please. Because honestly, we're supposed to be checking that you did your closing job. Should I go check your closing job?
Go do your fucking job. How about we both be adults and use context clues to figure out what this piece of paper that I give you every single day is? You are a 30-year-old server. Our new manager is 21. Do your job. Is what I wish I had said. Not gonna lie, he had literally a total of 10 seconds to sign that receipt before we're both getting fired. I've hit my breaking point. I'm getting ready to move. I do not care. He handed it back to me. I gave it right back to him. But I was way too defeated to even muster words. So it kind of just came out as, then go look. Because I'm just not gonna settle for the disrespect. He disrespects everybody in here. And a lot of these people are too nervous to really say something back. And if he had caught me literally like a year earlier when I was in the military, I also probably wouldn't have dished it back. But on today of all days, I was open to a little bit more than words, if you know what I mean. He took the receipt, went and checked my area. I came with him to make sure that he didn't mess my shit up. He pointed out the tiniest little specks. You're weird, you're weird, you're a fucking weirdo, nobody likes you. That's not what I said. Signed my paper and left. And thankfully, eventually, he left. And I had never been happier. Everybody else that worked there, never been happier. Moral of the story, being a dick isn't as big of a flex as you think it is. Stop being weird. This older lady, I think she wanted to fuck me. Not my favorite experience, both job-wise and human being-wise. This lady had to have been in like late 20s, early 30s. I was freshly 18. I was literally just in like this weird limbo period between signing up for the military and actually going to basic training. And I needed a job. I needed to get a little bit of money. I was unfortunately given a job in this warehouse where I just put stickers on boxes. I have quite literally never been more depressed. I'd clock in, put stickers on boxes, go to lunch alone, go back to putting stickers on boxes, and then clock out. Didn't talk to anybody, didn't associate with anybody. This lady came in, fully pregnant. We like kind of become friends, I guess. She would like confide in me about how her baby daddy's on the run. It was a whole thing. I needed an escape from reality, and she just liked to yap. On my last day of work, 2 weeks before I go to the military, she catches me outside and is like, blah, 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 how am I gonna reach you? Do you have Facebook? And I'm like, no. Not really a social media person, later. And then she started getting really not okay. She went into great detail about weird fantasies involving us. I did not rock with that. I proceeded to make a joke, dip out, and then put this memory all the way in the back of my mind where the little vault is. Opened it up, tossed it inside, never to be remembered again until I started making this video. Speaking of which, that's enough of that. Put that back in the vault. This salesman war was kind of like the dumbest thing I have ever watched. I worked for this company that I'm not gonna name due to a slight embarrassment, but I will tell you that this company made a lot of content and made a lot of sales.
The way Americans actually consider joining the military is crazy to me. All my friends laugh whenever I ask them if they join the military of their country. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It pays. A lot of people when they leave high school have no idea what they want to do. They don't know what they want to do, and they don't want to work a job in their home. They want to leave their home. So, they get paid, and they get to leave home. So they join the military. A lot of people just want a way out, and the military is that. So they join.
I was on the content side, making next to nothing, and one of my coworkers, who happened to be the CEO's son, we're gonna call him Preston, was on the sales side. Preston wasn't happy because his sales manager, basically, existed. He didn't like the fact that he worked in that company for 5 years, and then they hired this guy within the last 6 months, and he's hired as the lead sales associate. Bro would be coming in and ranting on and on.
The same reason why I wouldn't join the military is the same reason I would never join a frat. I'm not willing to do things and take away from me to be a part of the group.
Some aspect. He said that he had a higher closing rate, been part of the business for longer. Meanwhile, the other guy had 20 plus years in sales and loves to kiss ass. This went on for literal months. I'm watching these two sabotage each other at every given turn. Preston's going all the way up the chain to make this guy look bad, even talking to his dad. His dad course corrected his son and pushed him to the side. Preston was not deterred even a little bit. The funniest and most blatant bit of sabotage was when the company actually ended up moving all the way across the US. Packed up everybody that was able to come and did, leaving me basically without a job, which also basically kind of forced me to move home. The entire team that was moving over there made the decision to live in the same expensive ass apartment building on the water. And for days, these two are both calling the apartment building, trying to figure out which one's the best apartment, and Johnny, the lead sales rep, sells Preston on a room that he thinks is inadequate. Preston calls the apartment and is like, yo, how's this room? Is it good? And they're like, yeah, it's literally the greatest. A couple days later, Johnny's like, yo, I made a mistake. I really feel like you'd like this room better. On the top floor, beautiful view. Preston calls and is like, how's this room? And the lady's like, you won't like it nearly as much as you like yours. Ultimately, I didn't really give a shit because I'm trying to make rent. It was slightly frustrating dealing with people who were making what I make in a month, but it's always kind of funny watching snakes eat their own tails. The military honestly didn't have the worst coworkers.
We don't have many frats in Europe, but American movies make frats look super cool. Low-key wish we had frats. Like, if somebody says, yo, you gotta run around, you gotta do this, this, and this, and we'll give you these letters, you'll be a part of our brotherhood. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. You couldn't pay me to do that. No disrespect to people who do it, but that's never been me.
The people were fine for the most part. Get out of here and make me a sandwich, woman. All my coworkers who were under the age of 30 were fine. I feel like older military guys seem to be like suspended in time. Their brains can't think of new ways to tell jokes, so they just regurgitate the same shit over and over again. And somehow, inside the little bubble, it always lands. It's crazy. The best 3 jokes that older military people have always revolve around Marines and crayons, Air Force and privilege, and women in household duties. That is it. That's the peak. Bar is literally in the depths of hell.
I like it. Yeah? No, are you kidding me? That was ass. Bro, ain't nobody laughing at that.
There's a certain mindset that comes with the military as you get into it. I think for a lot of military members, they kind of just coerce themselves into thinking that this is their peak. They will never get better than this. The military is the end-all be-all. They could try other things, but honestly, this is comfortable. Why would you fix something if the broken thing works? I was talking to the staff sergeant at the time. I think I had signed the contracts like 2 months ago. He was kind of mentoring me and like a couple others. It was actually like a really wholesome experience. I was telling him about how I wanted to like really get into like art and creating and animation. Like I knew from the start that the military was not for me. And he was like, huh, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. I don't really tell anybody this, but I also do art. He showed me his art and I was like, wow, like this is actually incredible. He's like, yeah. I did this like about 8 years ago now. Wow, time really flies. But this was my last piece. See, unlike you, I didn't join until I was 25. And all the way up until I was 25, I was just lazy, making art in my parents' basement, trying to see if it could take me somewhere, but ultimately, this never led anywhere. So I ended up submitting this into a little contest. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, this will be my last piece. I never actually submitted it. Ended up talking to a recruiter the next month, and the rest is history. Never picked up a pen again. Art just kind of became something that I did in the past. To be honest with you, I have no idea where I'd be if I kept doing art, but chances are I'd probably be 35, still living in my mama's basement. But yeah, man, that's my story. What do you think?
Oh, he didn't even turn it in. He didn't even give himself a chance. Yo, I'm glad he made it and he loves his life and he making his money. But bro, you didn't even give it a chance. You didn't even submit it, bro. You didn't even give.
If there's a moment that made me realize that the military was not for me, this was it. Because fuck that shit, man. The very last of the worst coworkers that I've ever worked with is.
Art thing is sad. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's a shame, bro. Especially if he was good.
Oh shit, it's me. Makes sense. When I'm not doing things that help me hit my creative goals, and instead I'm like trading my time for money, I hate existing. From a distance, I'm chilling, but if you're perceptive enough, you'll see that I'm walking around like a hollowed out shell. And that is a dangerous place to be. Honestly, when I go into work, I genuinely don't remember what happens. That's how hard I tune out. Not healthy, not gonna lie, not the healthiest up here. People at work will be trying to have like a genuine conversation about like what my interests are and like what I do outside of work. And I genuinely feel like I'm talking about somebody else. Like I was force-fed this information. Like I'm spitting out facts I got from the perpetuity wing. Like, your Audi likes art. That's cool, like digital? Like, are we talking like canvases? Is he like a cool painter or something? Please shut up. Points will be deducted if you talk. Your Audi destroyed his knee playing basketball. 10 points deducted. For a 20 points deducted. Your Audi is kind of a bitch. 10 points deducted. So yeah, I guess that's what I do. Okay. Cool. That's a weird fucking guy over there. Holy shit. Prime example as to why I'm the worst coworker. At the warehouse, I already mentioned it. Didn't associate with a single soul. I was too depressed to connect with anybody because at the time I was trying to figure out animation and I was like really getting into it. It messed my whole mind up, knowing that I signed up for the military against my best interests. And on top of that, I'm working this pointless job instead of just trying to become a professional doodler. No, sounded way better in my mind. Professional doodler, what's wrong with me? I'm cool, don't go anywhere, I swear I'm cool. In the military, I was literally the worst airman to ever exist, ever. At least for the guys that got in trouble, like, they were authentically themselves. They don't care, that's the real.
The worst feeling is that feeling you get when you think about how differently your life could have gone if you made a certain decision. Yes. And no. Yes and no. We all have those decisions we wish we made, but I feel like as long as you still alive, you can still hit your goals. As long as you still alive, bro, you still got a chance. It's never too late. I swear it's not. Bro should have followed his art passion, yeah. Following your passion, bro. And people act like they have to pick their passion or what they're doing at the moment. You don't have to just drop one to do the other. You can do them both until the one you want works out. You can hold on to this part of your life until the part that you really want works out. You don't have to just choose one. It doesn't have to be black and white. For some people, it has to be, but for most people, it doesn't.
Them. Me, I might be the fakest coworker to ever walk this earth. I gave the appearance that I gave a shit, but internally, I'm editing my next video. I didn't retain a single bit of information while I was there. This sounds kind of sad, but I literally disassociated through at least 70% of 2019. I feel like I basically didn't even exist for most of that year. For 2019, my innie was basically the real me. I literally only gained sentience when I was working out, eating food, and editing videos. That's it. But seriously though, if you ask me to fix a plane, I'm looking up a YouTube video, bro. I really can't. Ooh, hold on. I get it now. I get it. Ooh, I get it. She gonna go with me. I get it. No. Passion will be the worst thing that ever happens to you. Having passion literally makes every normal job feel meaningless. Like if you're trying to be in the NBA, right? Reffing kids games are probably gonna make you lose your mind. It's like watching other people live your dream, knowing damn well that you've torn every single ligament in your knee and there's borderline no way you could ever get it. But you're a ref. So it's kind of masochism. That's self-harm. Look at that. I need therapy. I literally hate doing anything that doesn't require me to focus, use any part of my brain, or if I'm just straight up disinterested. My mom would be like, go work at Costco. You need something mindless with benefits. My dad's like, hey man, at least the military's available. No! Because I know that the vault cracks open when you're not focused. I can't have that again. Been there, done that. Don't want to do it again. Finally contained the anomaly back in 2020. And I don't plan on going back. You know, feeling pretty sane, all things considered right now. Thanks though. So yeah. Passion ruined any chances of me being content with any mindless job. And that's probably gotta be the sole reason why I'm the worst coworker. Hey, keep this between you and me, alright? I hope my next employer never sees this vid. Gonna have to keep my channel on the down low. Can't let this get out. At least until I can get this coffee shop up and running this year. Which is a random spoiler, you weren't supposed to know that. Okay, bye!
Wow. Alright. I just gotta say, this animation style that bro had, this is hard. This is hard. From the drip to the character. This is all tough. He said the 9 worst coworkers to exist, and at the end, he said that he was the worst coworker. This was actually amazing. This is one of my favorite videos. I done seen it in a minute.